Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Jaya Gospat Paravangja Paribrajagacharya Sattva Sadasyamal Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada ki Jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnavindi ki Jai, Ramacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki Jai, Prem se kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Se Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda ki Jai, Sri Sri Radha Krishna Gaur Gopinath Sam Kund Radha Kund Girivardhan ki Jai, Vrindavan Dham ki Jai, Navadvip Dham ki Jai, गंगा माई की जय, जमुना माई की जय, तुलसी देवी की जय, भक्ति देवी की जय, स्वामी तो भक्तविंद की जय. All glories to the Assembled Lord. All glories to the Assembled Lord. All glories to the Assembled Lord. Thank you very much.
Bhagavatam, 7th Canto, 6th Chapter, Text number 10, given by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, recorded on December 12, 1975, in Vrindavan, India.
So, here is one condemnation that Taskara, Sivaka and Bonik. Similarly, there is another verse in Bhagavad Gita, Kriya Vaishyas Tatha Shudra. So, the Shudra quality, Bonik quality, they are very backwards. So here it is said, Sneho Pasoi Virai Badra. Professor Marshall, he has given reason for economic development, the family affection. Unless one has got family affection, he is not interested in money. So therefore I sometimes say that these hippies, they are little advanced because they have no affection for family and they don't have affection for money also. This is in the other way, these are good qualifications. No interest, no affection. Everyone is working on account of family affection. Sneho Pasi, he has got wife, children, and he requires money to make the family happy. So, and for maintaining the family, he requires money. Atha griha chetra sutapta vittai janasya mohoyam. This world is going on, this material world, going on, the principle of sense gratification. Pungsang striyam mithuni bhavam. Everyone is hankering after sex life, man and woman. This is the beginning of material life. In the Vaikuntha Loka, there are 1,000 times beautiful women and 1,000 times strong men, but there is no sex vision. This is Vaikuntha life. Here in this material world, as soon as there is strong man, as soon as there is a beautiful woman, then there is sex impulse. In the Vaikuntha world, there is no such thing. Because they are so much absorbed in Krishna consciousness that the sex life is very insignificant. There is no sex life in the Vaikuntha. But in this material world, this sex life is the basic principle of pleasure. Munshangstya me sunibhava me tat tayor mitho hridayaganti mahu atagrihat kshetra sutapta dittai janasya mohoyam ahamameti. So, when they are united, then the attraction for man or attraction for woman becomes very, very strong. Then he requires griha, apartment, home. Then he requires field, land, because land is the means of livelihood. Atha griha kshetra, then children, then friends. In this way he becomes implicated. Moha. These things are not required. But out of illusion, he is thinking that these things will give me protection, life and pleasure. That is explained in the previous verse. Sneho pasui dhira baddham. He becomes too much entangled and captivated by this family affection. So therefore, in the Vedic civilization, from the very beginning of life, the brahmachari is educated not to be attracted by family life, very strictly. Even though he is educated, so if he is found unable, then he is allowed to marry. That also not for many years, to remain in the household life for 25 years, then compulsory, I will say, separation, panchasuddham vanam brajet. Then when the mind is settled up, he is awarded sannyas. This is the system. So, on account of this deep affection for maintaining family, everyone is risking life. The example is given here that Taskara, there are many professional thieves. Every country, in India also, they are family men. Not that loafers, but their business is to steal. Their business is to steal. Why they steal? They know it is risky. He has heard it that if you steal, you will be arrested, you will be put into jail. Knowledge is gathered by hearing and by seeing. In Hindi it is called dekha suna. Dekha bhi hai, suna bhi hai. But have you seen or heard it? That is experience. So thief knows, he has heard it from law books that stealing is not good, and from religious scripture also that it is sinful. Do not commit theft, do not become criminal. But it still he does. As he reads Baba, at night he goes to the house of this man and lives his life, especially in Western countries. There is fireworks. This person, even without permission, if anyone enters in his house, he can kill him. It is not wrong. Your country. This person. Even in his of life, and he has entered the house, but still. And why killing? And yes, that is the sympathize or economic development. The professional master economic PhD in Germany. And when from the economic development begins by family or by second. So, this earning money, there are so many smugglers, so many illicit businessmen, black market, they are risking their life to get money. But when one becomes too much attached to family life and too much devoted to maintaining, he doesn't care. He has to earn money somewhere or other. He will use it. The proper who is tonight, first of all, proper, he. And the next, proper, Sivaka. Sivaka, servant, is still in India, in the country state. There are servants, there are professional servants. We voluntarily slave them to the master. Sir, I require 500 rupees, and if you advance me with 500 rupees, I shall remain lifelong your servant. Normally there was slave trade. But if you escape, you advance the second class to this class. Nowadays, when I will 500, you advance 5,000. You can purchase. There is a reason, there is lawful. That you have to work like that. And especially the professor told us nowadays the economic activities are so variety. One of our disciples' son, he has accepted the service of a diver. He enters into the ocean. This is his service. Sometimes they accept the service of coming down from the aeroplane, parasite, what is called parachute, fall down. They are pushed from 3 miles up. These are all risky things. At any moment, of course, any moment there is death, that is fact. But people voluntarily accept these kind of services for what purpose? For getting money. And what for money? For sense gratification. And where is the sense gratification? In family. So actually, if one becomes too much attached to family life, and one has to become, this is the way, then he has to earn money by risking life. He has to earn money. Similarly, the bonic mercantile community, they also risk imprisonment and so many illegal activities. Formerly, these classes of men were after money. The higher class, really the Brahmana, Kshatriya, they were very pious. They did not do anything risking life for earning money. The Brahmana, they were trained up not to earn money, but to learn how to become self-control, sama, dhamma, sattam, how to speak truth, or how to understand the absolute truth. Then cleanliness, sama, dhamma, sattam, saucham, titikha, how to become tolerant, arjava, simple, Jnanam, fully aware of all kinds of knowledge, Vijnanam, practical application of knowledge, then Astikam, Astikam means to accept the authority of the Shastra, that is called Astik. That is theism. Theism means, just like Vedas, one who accepts the authority of Vedas is called Astik. And one who does not accept the authority of the Vedas, he is called Nastik. Astik and Nastik. According to Vedic civilization, one who does not follow the Vedic principles, he is called Nastik. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has explained about the Buddhists. Buddhists, they do not believe in the Vedic injunction, or the Muslims. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that Vedana Mania Buddha Hoira Nasti. Buddhists are called Nastik, atheists. Why? Vedana Mania. He does not believe in the Vedas. Vedana Mania Buddha Hoira Nastik. Vedashraya Nastik ka baad Buddha kevadi. But a person, hypocrite, who accepts the Vedas, but he preaches atheism. Just like you are praying that Sunnavadi, Nirvishesha Sunnavadi, Paschatya Deshakarya. These two very dangerous positions. Nirvishesh, and the Buddhists, they say there is no God. Sunnavad, everything, at the end, everything is zero. You have got this body, when the body is finished, then everything becomes zero. Because they do not believe in the soul, not in God. There are many Nastik. Bhasya hasya kuta punaragamana bhavet. Body I see, it is burnt into ashes, very blank. There is no life, there is no soul. So this is Buddhava, Sunnava, everything becomes zero. And the Vedashraya Nastikavad, the Mayavadis, they do not say that there is no God, because in the Vedas there is God. So they do not say directly, but they say, yes, there is God, but he has no head, no leg, no hand. He cannot talk, he cannot eat. Then what remains? He is making zero, God is zero, by negative definition. He has no head, he has no hand, he has no leg. So both of them are zero, advocate of zero. But one directly says, no, there is no God. Everything is zero. And these Mayavadis, Nirvisheshvadis, they say the same thing, zero, but in a different. Therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that these Mayavadis, Zerovadis, they are more dangerous than this Buddha. Vedashraya Nastikka Bhāv. All these Mayavadis, Sannyasis, they are very learned, but they will never accept that God has form. They say it is kalpana, it is imagination. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has designated them very, very dangerous, these Mayavadis. He has therefore strictly forbidden. Mayavadi bhashya sunile hoy sarvanash. If you hear this a Mayavadi speaking, then your future is doomed, you are finished. Because as soon as you have become infected with the Mayavad philosophy, it will take millions of years to come to the platform of devotional service. It's so dangerous. Mayavadi bhashya sunile hoy sadbona. Sadbonas means everything is finished. When you become godless, or you think yourself as you are God, the Mayavadi do that. They accept God, Krishna, as God, but Krishna's body is Maya. He has assumed the form with a body which is created by Maya. Just like our body is created by Maya. That is explained in the Bhagavad Gita. Ishara sarvabhutanam riddeshe arjuna tishtati brahmayan sarvabhutani jantra rurhani maya. This body is given by the material nature at the direction of Krishna. Because the nature is working by the direction of Krishna. Nature is not independent. Maya dhaksena prakriti suyate sacharacharam. So, Ishvara, Krishna, as super soul, is within the core of my heart, sitting with me. I am also within the heart. And I am desiring, and Krishna is fulfilling my desire. Matta smriti jnanam apohanancha. Smriti, Krishna gives a body by the living entity. He wanted to eat anything and everything without any discrimination. Now take this body of a hog. You can eat even stew. I give you the facility. Matta smriti jnana. Now here you have got this body, you stew. Smriti jnana. In this way, we are going on, life after life. We are creating different types of bodies. This is called seasonal changes. Just like there is tree, and every season there are fruits. The fruits, they are undergoing 6 kinds of transformation. First of all, it is just like a small bud or flower, then grows into a green fruit, then it is ripened fruit, then there is seed, then it is completely ripened, then falls down and finishes. The fruit is going on, these 6 kinds of transformation, but the tree is standing. Similarly, as living entity, we are permanent. And according to our karma, fruitive result of our karma, we are getting different bodies. So I am steady as spirit soul. My bodies are changing, seasonal changes. But Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, na hannate hannamane sarire, because the fruit is grown, stays for some time, then dwindles, then vanishes. That does not mean the tree is finished. This is a crude example. So this change of body is there on account of presence of the Super Soul. He is noting down. He doesn't require to note down, but he knows that this living entity wants this kind of facility. So, each and every body means a kind of facility for fulfilling our desires. So that desire is fulfilled by Krishna. He is within our heart. He has given full independence. Desire, whatever you desire, I will give you. Je yathamang prapaddante tang tathaiva bhajamyam. So, for fulfilling our desires, in the morning we are talking on the street about desire. The desire cannot be stopped. If desire less, it is not possible, because we are living entity. We must have desire. But this kind of desires we are proposing, my Lord, give me a facility for fulfilling these desires. So that means you get a particular time. And these desires are generated on account of our different associations, Satagun, Rajagun, Tamun. So if we associate with Satagun, then we get body like the demigods. Urdham gachanti sattasva, madhye tishtanti rajasa, jaghanna gunavrittisya adho gachanti tamasa. In this way it is going. Vasana. Therefore, we have to become vasana-less. Without any vasana, means without any material desire. Vasana cannot. It is therefore not actually to make it null and void, but to make it purified. That is the aim of human life. To purify our desires. That purification is possible by Krishna consciousness. Sarvapadhi vinirmuktam tat paratena nirmalam. If you simply desire how to serve Krishna, then that is really desirelessness. Desirelessness means not to become without desire. You desire to serve Krishna, then these material desires will automatically finish. Sabai manak Krishna padara. So you fix up your mind at the lotus feet of Krishna, then non-Krishna desires will be finished. Sabai manak Krishna. Everything will be there. The hands will be there, the legs will be there, the eyes will be there, the ears will be there, everything will be there. But if you change your desire, they will be purified. It is not to make it null and void. No. The hand is there, but if you engage your hand in cleansing the temple, then you are transcendent. You are pure. If you walk to go to the temple, then a desire for walking will be spiritual. If you smell the flower offered to the deity, then your desire for smelling so many scented things will be finished. If you eat prasadam, then your desire for going to the restaurant and making satisfaction of the tongue will be finished. Therefore, if we simply desire eating, sleeping, mating, everything, even mating also, if you desire that if I can beget a child who will be Krishna conscious, then you have sex life, others stop. If you take this responsibility that you will beget a child who will be Krishna conscious, you can produce thousands of children alone. Otherwise, don't become mother and father. This is Shastra. Don't become. Pitana sassad, jananina sassad. Namo tayada samupri. Why? That is the duty. Make your children Krishna conscious, then your duty is all right. Otherwise, don't become father and mother. So desireless means when we don't desire anything material, simply desire to serve Krishna, that is desireless. Sarvapadhi vinirmukta. Then it is nirmo, purified. And what is the function of the purified senses? Rishikena rishikesa sevanam bhakti vichyati. When there is no more material desires, none of your senses are engaged in anything except in Krishna's service, this is purity. And in that purified state, when your senses are purified by this way, then you can render service to Krishna. That service is accepted. Then patram pushpam phalam toyam jo me bhaktya prajachati tadaham asnami. In that stage of transcendental position, that is bhakti, anything you offer to Krishna, he will eat with great relish. It is very nice. So desirelessness is not possible. Desire there will be. When we change our consciousness, desire is transferred for Krishna's service, that is perfect life. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna. So in the beginning, Srila Prabhupada quoted one professor of economics saying that what's the main reason for economic development?
Fa- family affection.
Haribol, Haribol. Then Srila Prabhupada told that this material world is going on the principle of dash. And then he quoted one line from one shloka. Material world is going on the principle of
Pumsa Shirya Mithini Bhavayatam. That sex attraction between man and woman.
Haribol. What is the difference between material world and spiritual world?
In Vaikunta, there are 1,000 times better, beautiful woman in spiritual world, but they are in Krishna consciousness. In material world, they are attracted to sex life.
And in the Vaikuntha world, there is?
There is no sex life, there is Krishna consciousness.
Haribol. So Prabhupada explained very step by step the shloka of Pumsa Striya Mithuni Bhavamita. How does one become entangled by family affection? Can anybody explain step by step what happened one after?
First, he gets attracted to woman. Then gradually he starts earning because he has to maintain the family. And then field comes, land comes, friends and children, everything comes. But Prabhupada said this is not necessary. This is artificial necessity.
Haribol. So therefore in the Vedic civilization, what does a brahmachari is educated from the beginning? What does a brahmachari is educated about from the beginning?
Brahmachari from the young age is taught not to get attached to family life, and but if he is not able to control, he is allowed to get married. But
So what is educated from the beginning? That's all you do. What is educated from the beginning?
to be not attached to family life.
Haribol. So, on account of family affection, what do people do? And then Prabhupada gave 3 examples of 3 types of profession of what they, so on account of family affection, what they do with their life, and who are the 3 examples which Prabhupada gave.
Risk their life.
And
Prabhupada example of a thief.
that he risks the life. There's a danger like he may be killed. One example. Other example is a businessman, lot of money involved, and he may lose the money. Example.
One more is there. Means the example of three kinds of people, three kinds of profession.
People fly from parachute and they don't.
Diver. Haribol. Prabhupada gave example of taskara. Taskara means a thief. Then sevaka. Sevaka means a person sell himself as a slave. And third is a businessman, like that. Okay. Yeah. So the Brahmanas were not trained for what, and they were trained for what in the Vedic times. What are the Brahmanas not trained for, and what is the training given to them?
Brahmanas are not trained for earning money. They are actually trained for Shama, Dama, Satyam, truthfulness, then Shaucham, cleanliness, then Titiksha, tolerance, then Astika, to believe in the Vedic civilization.
And ultimately, yeah. So, according to Vedic civilization, who is called an Astik? And the example for them.
Achha. One would don't accept Vedas, they are considered as Nastics. And Prabhupada says that Nirvishesha Shunyavadi.
Who are these people? Who are what they technically known as?
Buddhists and
Buddhist.
Mayavadis.
Yeah.
Both of
Haribol. So what is the difference between Buddhists and Mayavadis, and who is more dangerous? Kashi Rambu.
Difference between Buddhism and Mayavadis are Nirvishesha, they are Nirvana. They have Nirvana to attain Buddhista, and Mayavadi are attain to Brahmajyoti. Like also, they are more dangerous in Mayavadi. If following them, hear the philosophy of Mayavadi.
And that is all right. But Prabhupada told one very striking difference. Okay, Mahaprabhu.
Buddhists directly say there is no God. Mayavadis indirectly say there is no God by negating it. Okay, God may be there, but he don't have head, he don't have hands, he don't have legs. So that is how they say by negation.
And who is more dangerous among both?
Dangerous is Mayavadi. He is trying to kill the God.
Haribo. So, what does the Mayavadis think about Krishna's form? What is their conception about Krishna's form? Maheshwu?
They consider the Lord's form to be Maya, illusion, but ultimately he is formless, no hand, no form. That's
Haribo. Then going ahead, what example Srila Prabhupada used to explain the 6 changes in the body, but the soul remains permanent? Acha, what is the shloka Prabhupada quoted for Mayavadi? If you hear Mayavad philosophy, then what will happen? The shloka and the consequence of
मायावादी भाषा सुनली होइले सर्वनाश.
Haribo. So, why hearing Mayavad is so dangerous? What will happen if you hear Mayavad philosophy?
Because once we hear the Mayavadi philosophy, it will take millions of lifetimes to come back to devotional service.
Haribo. So then Prabhupada is explaining about how Krishna is there in the heart of all living entities. So he explained that how the body undergoes 6 changes, but the soul remains permanent. So for this, Prabhupada gave an example. What is that example?
Prabhupada says the fruit which falls from the tree, how it undergoes the 6 changes right from the beginning of the bud till the end, it falls and gets finished. So like that, the body undergoes the 6 changes.
But what remains permanent?
Soul remains the permanent.
So soul is compared to?
Tree.
So Prabhupada told in this way, every kind of body represents what? We get body on account of, and every kind of body represents that you have something. What is that something? Mahesh.
So, we get our bodies based on our fruitive actions, but
desires.
Haribol. And desires are generated on account of? How desires are generated? We get our different bodies based on our desires, and desires are generated on account of?
3 modes.
Haribol. Association. Association with the 3 modes. So then, therefore, Prabhupada told, what is the aim of life and how will it be achieved? And one shloka which Prabhupada quoted. What is the aim of life and how it will be achieved?
Prabhupada is saying that we cannot become desireless, so we have to develop desire to become to serve Krishna. And he told that shloka from Amrish Maharaj that Savai Pada Krishna Man Savai.
What is the aim of life? What is the aim of life?
To develop desire to serve Krishna.
Yeah. In connection to desire, Prabhupada told, the aim of life is to purify the consciousness. So, how will the material desires be finished fully?
By serving Krishna.
And how? Prabhupada explained step by step.
By engaging our senses in Krishna's service.
So,
by eyes looking towards Krishna, leg walking towards temple of Lord, hand serving in temple, speaking, nose smelling the flower, the desire will purify.
Haribol. So then, once our senses are purified, then what is the function of the purified senses? So, Prabhupada is systematically explaining, you cannot become desireless, so desire to serve Krishna and purify your senses, and when the senses are purified, then what you will do?
Rishikena Rishikeshasya Sevanam Bhakti Ruchate. That with purified senses engage into the service of the Lord.
Haribol. Prabhupada quoted the example of one devotee who served Krishna with great love. Once your senses are purified, then Krishna will accept anything from you. So, for that Prabhupada quoted one example. What of that devotee, his name and what he was doing, what he was offering to Krishna.
Sir, banana peel, Sridhar.
Haribol. At the end, Prabhupada was giving one example for improper desirelessness and how that improper desirelessness is now converting into proper desirelessness. Whose example Prabhupada gave for improper desireless? Improper desirelessness. At the end, it was not played. Okay. So Prabhupada gives the example of the hippies. He told they are coming from rich families, but they don't want anything. This is also desirelessness, but this is improper. But now they are taking to Krishna consciousness by changing their consciousness. In this way, they are making their life perfect. Haribol. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada.
Jaya Prabhupada,
Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada,
Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada.
ग्रंथराज भागवतम की, शील प्रभुपाद की, ताई गौर प्रेमानंदे।